I'm Jake Shuman.
And I'm Micky Faber for FNN News.
Today in the news, a mysterious figure has been seen tampering with the ME 2110 group Silent But Deadly's power block. The group is offering a $4 reward, dead or alive, for the suspect's capture. Sure hope they catch that despicable creature.
I really would agree, Jake. Our next story is the very popular vendor McMastercard has issued a blanket recall for all linear pole solenoids because they are ass.
For our next story, I would like to welcome a very special guest, Bowe, who is working to create a support group for a very sensitive topic. So, Bowe, it's great to have you here.
Thank you, Jake.
So, can you tell us a little bit about what your group is all about?
Well, Jake, the group is called Victims of PPPTSD, which of course stands for Post-Purple Pen Traumatic Stress Disorder. And this is a direct result of the course at Georgia Tech called ME 2110. And for many people like myself, this was a very, very difficult class, okay? And I got many reports that looked a lot like this. And
It's okay, Bowe. It's all right.
the
This is a safe
purple,
space.
the purple just doesn't stop, man. It just keeps going. I don't know if we'll ever be the same. So we could really use your prayers and your extra credit.
Wow, touching words from a brave man.
And now for a headline story. A new company in the space industry has recently emerged and will be competing in the rescue mission to Mars. That team is the Fuzzy Gargoyles. Now I will explain to you the rescue mission task they are about to complete. Here is the surface of Mars. The first task the Fuzzy Gargoyles will have to complete is sweeping the rocks back into the starting zone. The second task will be expelling the radioactive debris out of their home zone. The third task will be retrieving the wounded astronauts and rovers from their location on the rotating mountain ridge. And the fourth task will be placing the flag in the flag zone located here in the center of the rotating mountain range. And the final task will be landing the spacecraft in the safe zones, identified by the double beacons, here and here. Only 10 minutes until the Fuzzy Gargoyles machine, the Stone Rover X, launches to begin their mission to Mars.
It's pretty exciting. In that time, let's cut to our field reporter, Jeffy McGee, who's at the Fuzzy Gargoyles headquarters having a sit-down with some of their chief engineers.
Hi, I'm Jeffy McGee, and this is...
Michaela Faber.
Bowe.
Could you tell me how the Stone Rover X completes all the mission to Mars tasks?
Of course I can. Thank you very much. So first thing that happens with the machine is that solenoid is pushed. This allows all of the other subsystems in the entire machine to fall out like this. The mountain ridge arm is extended, and if in proper configuration, the rock collector also extends with the machine. In addition, these flaps will open up, allowing the PVC to roll out and to clear radioactive debris on the surface of Mars. This right here is the spacecraft shuttle carrier, and it will successfully place the spacecraft in safe zones or unsafe zones using the detection based on this switch right here. 2 clicks will represent a safe zone, 1 click will represent unsafe zone. When a safe zone is detected, solenoid will be pulled through and spacecraft released into safe zone. The flag will be placed right here so that it can be placed over top of the mountain ridge center and scoring maximum 60 points. This little wedge will collect astronauts and rovers and successfully push them into our zone. And this mechanism is actually one of the important parts of our machine. A string will release the rock collector, lowering it to the ground and giving it a select to be pulled back, while simultaneously another motor will pull back the rock collector, pushing the rocks back into the zone, scoring maximum points. Thank you very much.
Could you tell me what the key features of your machine is?
Of course, Jeffy. So, one thing that sets us apart from other groups is that we use this solenoid right here instead of using pneumatics. Pneumatics are very unreliable, so we use the solenoid very reliable. Works 100% of the time, and gravity pushes the machine out. A+, guaranteed.
I will now continue with another imperative function of the Stone Rover X, So, what makes this different is that the Stone Rover X extends out to the mountain ridge and then touches the rotating mountain ridge directly on this curved surface right here. And that is important because it doesn't extend a specific distance. Instead, it accounts for the track differences by extending and physically touching the mountain ridge. And this way, the long arm switch right here, which detects the safe zones, detects them exactly right every time.
Thank y'all for your time. Y'all have a nice day.
Thank you, Jeffy.
FNN would like to thank the Fuzzy Gargoyles for their time. We will now play a video given to us by them documenting their design process and some of their alternative designs.
We used the House of Quality to compare the relevance of customer requirements and engineering requirements. The two most important requirements were for the Stone Rover X's actuation distance, 30 inches left and right, 42 inches out, and 18 inches up from the front center of the starting zone, and for the machine's operation consistency, 90+% successful operation.
The specification sheet is very long and lists all information that the Fuzzy Gargoyles adhere to in the creation of the Stone Rover X. Important categories for the spec sheet include the ways in which the team can score points, the geometry requirements for the machine and the Martian surface, important competition timing, and specifications for all of the mechatronic components that the Fuzzy Gargoyles might use. It should be noted that the Fuzzy Gargoyles may only use 4 power sources, including 1 air tank, 5 Victor mousetraps, gravity, and the MyRio.
The main function of the Stone Rover X is to score maximum points. This is achieved by completing the 5 rescue mission tasks. One of the most important tasks to complete is placing the flag and holding it in or above the flag zone. This secures the Fuzzy Gargoyles 60 points and is relatively easy because it does not require sensing or releasing mechanisms.
This is our morphological chart. As you can see, there's a very large variety of design concepts listed, but some of the functions utilize the same or very similar concepts. For instance, the horizontal folding arm, vertical folding arm, and drawer slides are used for several different functions. Between the 5 design alternatives conceived, the majority of the design concepts were used.
The evaluation matrix was used to rate each of the design alternatives based on how well they accomplished each of the customer requirements from the House of Quality. As you can see, the Stone Rover X outperformed the alternatives in a number of key categories. For example, the Stone Rover X outranks all of the other designs in the category of scoring points, which is the main objective of the Fuzzy Gargoyles.
One of the design alternatives, the Mobile Space Master shown here, is unique in that it uses scissor arms to push a cart out to the mountain ridge. This design, while potentially successful, would not be very reliable due to the fact that the scissor arms are not durable and that it actuates a specific distance rather than the exact distance to the mountain ridge. This design, the Roland Spacebot, is similar in that it uses a cart. However, the cart in this design is autonomous and only tethered to the starting zone by the power cables. This is advantageous due to the lack of long wires connecting it to the starting zone, but requires careful planning and calibration to send the cart directly to the mountain ridge.
Thanks, Jeffy. We only have 30 seconds until the launch. Let's cut to some live footage from the launch site.
I received word that the head executive from the Fuzzy Gargoyles will be holding a press conference with regard to the recent launch failure. We'll take you to the live feed.
Hey, John, what happened?
John.
Can you please explain what happened to cause this catastrophic failure for the Fuzzy Gargoyles?
Based on our engineer's analysis so far, the best we can tell is that the solenoid didn't retract when it was supposed to. The entire machine relies on the solenoid retracting in order to go out, and that just didn't happen as best we can tell.
Hey, John, over here.
You gonna attempt another trial of this launch?
Well, we already did, but if anything, our second trial was worse, as for some unknown reason, we had some motor issues as well, and they just didn't turn. It ultimately resulted in us having a worse score in the second term.
Hey, John, right here. Hey, what are you going to do to prevent this in the future?
Right, well, if given another opportunity, we would like to replace the solenoid with a pneumatic cylinder, and we know that previously we had said that pneumatics was not a way that our company wanted to go, but at this point in time it seems like the best example.
We won't be hearing from the Fuzzy Gargoyles anytime soon.
You got that right, Micky. Anyway, that brings us to an end of our newscast this morning. From all of us here at FNN, you stay classy, Atlanta.